Nurse have fun.
Thank you.
All right. Favorite Star Wars movie? Aaron, you had a very strong opinion.
Favorite or best? I guess it doesn't matter.
You're lucky I'm editing this. Anyway.
Best Star Wars movie. Revenge of the Sith.
Welcome to the most retarded... Okay.
You can't... Oh my
You know what?
God.
I'm going with it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with it. I'm going... You know, yeah, I'm going with it. Yeah, I'm editing this. I'm putting this in the non-edited. Anyway.
Okay. Revenge of the Sith. Why?
Shut up!
Jesus Christ.
Wait, do the intro. Do the intro again. You gotta have the intro.
What do you think I'm doing? Alright.
Good morning, gamers. Today we're talking about Star Wars.
I swear to God. Alright. Whoever's watching the video of this is gonna be having a day of their life. Anyway. Hello, welcome to my podcast. This is a stupid podcast that I'm never gonna do. I hate this. Anyway, my name's Efren. My co-host is Rebecca, and today our main topic will be mostly about Star Wars. We talk more about other stuff, but today it's just that. I'm here with Hilton, Aaron, Mike, and Guillermo, who are big fans of Star Wars, except probably Guillermo, since he hasn't watched a single one. He's just here for background noises.
To beg for change.
Yeah.
That hurts.
If everybody wants to introduce
Hilton, you were called on.
Oh, my bad.
If everybody wants to introduce themselves, we got Mike.
Oh, what's up?
Aaron.
Hey, what up?
Hilton.
Hello there.
God damn it, that's what I was...
Guillermo.
Sorry, what was my line again?
All right.
I lost the script.
Turn to page 2. Anyway, and Rebecca. Yeah, no problem.
I was gonna say hello there.
Can you email my script again?
Oh yeah, it says your next line says fuck, wait. Did I not send you the print? Anyway.
No,
Oh, okay.
you forgot to send me the copy.
All right, anyway. What is for people that may not know what Star Wars is an American epic space opera media franchise. I guess that's what the wiki says. I'm reading this off. Created by George Lucas, which began with the infamous 1977 film and quickly became a worldwide pop culture phenomenon. The franchise has been expanded into various films and other media, including television series, video games, novels, comic books, theme park attraction themes, areas, comprising all-encompassed fiction universe. That's all I got. The background noise that you will be hearing will be Star Wars Fallen Order, and that's what, if you are watching the video, you will also see some gameplay with that. I am not starting it from the beginning, I'm starting it from the last save day was. Anyway, now talking about Star Wars, our main topic is just about the franchise, movies, and the games, and what everybody's opinions are in it. Now, starting off with this first question everybody wants to hear. Which one is your favorite Star Wars movie? Anyone can start this. I don't care.
A New Hope. A New Hope is the best movie. I don't want to speak for Aaron. I'm going to let him say, Aaron, what is the best movie in your awful opinion?
Wow. No, you're right. The best movie is Empire. Let's be real. But my favorite,
this is true.
Revenge of the Sith. That's
so
the best.
We all have our favorites. There is one that is ultimately the best, and anybody with a brain knows it, but we do have our own favorites.
Is it the one where Anakin killed all the orphans?
Oh.
That's not what it is. But yes.
Thanks, Guillermo.
They're called younglings.
They are orphans now.
They are
They
orphans
were
now.
always
They're dead
orphans.
No, they have parents. They're just not allowed to see them.
So they're orphans.
No.
Well, if you think about it, the Jedi's just pretty much took hostage of little kids.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
Not wrong.
for
Sure.
How do they find younglings? Hilton, do you know how they find like? Well, obviously you do, but how do they get the younglings? Like, where do they come from?
The Jedi Council actually comes together, and they actually have a list that I don't know exactly where the list comes from. That's probably a story in and of itself. But there are lists of known force sensitive kids and stuff. Yeah, and yeah, they do kind of just show up at their door like, hey, this is the draft. And
Jedi draft.
But your kid's gonna have a really cool like light sword though, so it's cool. We're just gonna take them now, say bye, and then
just kind of dip with the kid.
Yeah. Imagine Samuel L. Jackson showing up at your door to steal your kid, dressed in those weird robes.
I would let him. I would let him. It's alright. Talking about that, what do you guys think about everyone's roles in the movies? Like, I guess Samuel Jackson as one of the Jedis.
Oh, yeah, just like actors' roles. Well, the actors from my favorite movies, because I like the original trilogy, where somebody like Aaron likes the prequels. They aren't good actors. The thing is that the actors aren't good in the original trilogy, but the script is pretty good. Whereas Aaron's trilogy that he likes, the prequel trilogy, the actors are amazing, and the script is god awful.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally flipped on his head. Yeah, there's no reason that the acting in the prequels should be so bad. Or not the acting, but the script. The actors are really good.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite in the original trilogy. They were all a bunch of kids, and they all kind of stunk. They were all kind of like awkward. I was gonna go to Tashi Station with Biggs.
Actually,
it's like
I think Harrison Ford was like the only like mature actor in the original trilogy.
And Obi-Wan, what's his name? That dude. Alec Guinness, yeah, he'd been acting forever. And that's it.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Do you guys like the actors in the new trilogy?
Oh, so yeah, speaking of acting, yeah. I actually do. Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's alright. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty good. Even John Boyega Finn, even though his script is a little weak. I think he's good. I think everybody's good. I think everybody's good. Even the bad characters like Rose Tico, Kelly Marie Tran. I think she's actually really great. And I wish she would have been done justice because she's cute and she seems like a really nice lady. She's pretty good at what she does.
Boy.
But I don't know. Is there any actual bad acting in the sequel trilogy that you guys can think of?
I don't think so.
Who's
I
that
think
one girl with the double buns though in the second one? The one who's like screaming around.
well, that's a cameo, so it's not really supposed to be good. I'm pretty sure that's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
So, yeah.
That's a cameo. So that it's not supposed to be good, you know. Like that's like if they put Charlie Sheen in there and he was like, "Come on, guys, we got to run from the Empire." You would be like, "Yo, who cares? That's Charlie Sheen, dude."
That is true. Like, yeah, think about it. Like, like a lot of people really don't care who acts. Like, if they get to see their favorite actors acting in it, they would love it more than anything.
Yeah.
Like
I guess
all the Stan Lee cameos in the.
Yeah, I was about to say but also like imagine like since a lot of people love Danny DeVito, I was like imagine Danny DeVito playing as Darth Vader.
In Star Wars.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be pretty great.
You know, it would be cool if if Danny DeVito did a cameo as an alien. I feel like that would be really cool. Like if they gave him some cool effects and a cool costume and stuff.
Paul, if they made Danny DeVito like a knockoff Yoda.
Okay, well,
Danny DeVito would just like Kroger brand Yoda.
Back on track though. Back on track. Now we're talking about Danny DeVito. I think that's far enough.
Yeah, that's probably far enough. Yeah.
Do you guys know any like notable cameos though? Speaking of cameos, do you guys know any other cool ones? Because I know a couple.
Oh, what's his name was a stormtrooper. What's his name?
Yeah, Daniel Craig. Yeah, James Bond. So that's cool. George Lucas's daughter is in like a couple scenes in the prequels.
Oh, I did hear that.
George is in the prequels himself. Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
He is?
Yeah, he's also in them.
Who is he? What does he play?
He's standing right next to his daughter. I don't know what they are. They're like.
They're in the podium room or whatever. They're like the big podium room, like the big political room.
It's the.
The Senate and the console.
Yeah.
I know there's more cameos than that. I just can't think of them right now. Yeah, Obi-Wan's fake beard and fake hair make an appearance in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Oh yeah,
That's
because
right
because he was filming for Black Hawk Down at the same time,
Oh,
2001.
yeah.
So it was a military movie, so he had to be all shaven. He's really good in that too. So that's a cameo. The bad fake hair, fake beard.
I've never seen that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really good, dude. Ewan is really good in it. I can't think of any other cameos right now, but I know there's a ton. There's just so many in Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks is like a dude in the background of Attack of the Clones.
Oh,
He's he's a black guy standing in the crowd. He's actually next to George Lucas's daughter, I think, and they're like chilling, eyeballing Obi-Wan and stuff.
In the bar when Obi-Wan's trying to get Death Sticks.
Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there another question? I think that sums that up pretty good. Actors and stuff. I mean, unless somebody has any more comments to make on Hamill or something like that, I don't know.
I don't have a question about that, but like, what's an iconic scene for you guys in Star Wars?
Oh, this is my favorite. This is such an easy answer for me and Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Aaron, just give him yours. What? That's not what you told me.
The high ground.
The high ground. That's
Don't
the best scene.
That's not what you told me.
Well, I have a few. There's a few.
Okay.
Obviously, the Anakin Obi-Wan fight when they lock arms, you know, and the lava goes up behind them. That's fucking.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's a good one. That's the one you feel in your lower back, dude. When you see that, you're like, ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one's.
Except for Anakin, you can't feel anything below that.
Also, just like not even the attack on the temple, but the scene when they're marching on the temple. That's
yeah, with the Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoda got me.
It's pretty sick. Mine is pretty easy. Ever since I was like 4 years old and I saw it for the first time with the music, still my favorite theme song. Still gets me. Is the Twin Sons when Luke is arguing with Uncle Owen. He's like, but I want to go be a pilot. I don't want to be a farm boy anymore. And then he's like, but you can't, Luke. And then he just walks outside and looks at the twin sons, you know, like.
Yeah.
And the sons are iconic too because I think they're supposed to like symbolize like, you know, the choosing of destinies and stuff. And he's just wondering, like, so uncertain of what's going to happen, and that score is so beautiful. And that's it. That's my favorite scene, and it's so simple, so short, and it's kind of chucked in there really willy-nilly because right before that, like I said, he's all like, oh, Owen, I don't wanna.
You're right. It kind of
his little aunt and uncle die, and he's like, yeah, why not?
It's still my favorite, though. It's more of a nostalgia thing. I think Aaron's is a way better pick, though, in terms of, like, because that scene where they lock arms and the lava goes up behind them, that's actually real lava that they recorded somewhere.
Yeah,
it is. That is not CGI. That is real lava. So that is pretty sweet.
It is pretty dope.
Yeah. What about you, Becca? You watched all the movies too. You don't have a favorite? It can be something cringe. Because
okay,
the Nazi speech Hux is really good too. I know you said you like that one, so I know you've got a favorite somewhere.
Yeah, I did like the Nazi speech. Not because it's Nazis, but...
And the acting's super good, too.
I don't think you need to add that.
I think that character in general was like a bit, underrated. Or his character wasn't written well. But, I don't know, I'd either have to go with that one, with the newer movies, and if it wasn't that one, I think, oh man.
Wait, so
what's the scene where Ben... Sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
I was gonna say, what's the scene where like Ben Kenobi like is like these are not the droids you're looking for, and it's like the first time that Luke gets to see the use of the Force.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he uses the mind trick when they're in the speeder, right? They're all vibing in the speeder. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I think that's also cool because I think back then what they were probably trying to get at is like, what if you could just mind trick a cop, dude? Like I think that's kind of what that was.
Well,
all right. What about you, Mike? You don't have a favorite?
Honestly, I think mine probably is the same as Aaron. That's one of like.
True. It's a good one.
Like there's
there's so many. Like it's kind of hard to pick.
But there are just a select few that like really stick out. That like it's like that's the stuff that like specifically I remember from like watching it when I was little and all that. Like the same thing, Two Sons. That's always great. I think I gotta go with Aaron's though.
Classic.
Aaron, you had a question, didn't you? Or you had something that you wanted to say?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
surprised
what
none
was
of you
it?
guys said the Princess Leia in the bikini scene.
Leia in the
Bikini.
slave Leia. Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
not
Yeah, so
five.
one of you perverts would at least like that scene the most.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm glad that that's
controversial
what you
scene. I
remember from
think.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody brought it up last time in my work made me remember it.
Rebecca, you liked the General Hux scene? You said the Nazi speech. Okay, so I know Mike hasn't seen the 9th movie yet, but you have. What did you think about what they did to his character?
I didn't like it. That was so dumb. It was such an easy get out for him to just be replaced by a different general because that's what J.J. Abrams wanted, I think. His character was kind of thrown into the trash very quickly, and that shouldn't have happened.
Gotcha.
I mean, after seeing his speech, he obviously has extremely good actor potential. And, like, I think that he could have made a cool little, like, comedic general like he did in the first 2 movies. So I didn't like how they were just kind of like, yeet.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been okay, but they didn't even develop the new guy. He has, like, I don't know, like, less than 20 seconds of screen time after that, so...
And we're already supposed to, like, fear him or something, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to spoil too much for Mike, though.
No, that's not a very big spoiler at all.
I honestly don't know what I'm gonna see either.
Hilton or Mike, do you have anything to ask?
Nope.
Mike, you
Oh,
haven't
wait, like
really
a
talked
question?
much, or
Like, do I
Efren,
have
too.
a question for the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Gosh.
I
Actually-
honestly don't know what a good question would be, so I think Efren should stick to his
All right.
list. If I think of one, I'll bring it up.
I really don't have a list, but it's just like it's random stuff. Anyway, well,
Oh,
I did make.
dude,
Yeah.
whoa. Best Star Wars female, bro.
Oh.
We're
This is
not talking about
100%
the
appropriate. This is 100% appropriate, okay?
Twilight. You're not allowed to talk about their tentacles.
Okay. But
But yeah, we could talk about that. I guess.
No, there's no well.
You took that to another place, Rebecca.
Yeah, you took that.
We all know Hilton was gonna try. Go ahead, Hilton.
the best Star Wars girl is...
What do we mean by best, like overall, or do we mean like...
Well,
character
somebody
writing?
could get offended if I just say, like, attractiveness, so I'll say as a character, where I think most of us... I think as a character and in looks. Fuck it, both. So... I'm gonna have to go with Leia, actually. That one's like a little... That one's a little hard to go with. What do you mean, which one? Is there more than one Leia? It's Carrie Fisher, bro. You mean like CGI Leia or real Leia when she's still alive? I mean,
which one are you talking about?
Princess Leia, dude. I'm talking about any Princess Leia, dude. She's always badass. She's beautiful. Sure, her acting is good. I think it's so cool that she was our age in the first movie. She was 19, dude. That is outrageous. She was so young.
She said our age,
Yeah.
but some of us are older than the others.
True, but I was like,
Okay, Guillermo.
True. Around our age, you know, she's a kid. She's a straight up kid, and she's chilling around all these like grown dudes with gray on their faces, like talking about nerd stuff. And she's like the most kick-ass role in that movie next to Harrison. So
Sure.
I don't know. That's mine. I mean, in terms of looks, though, we're going with any Twi'lek, though.
Okay,
Any
that's
Twi'lek,
that.
tentacles,
Mike, you're
tattoos,
good.
purple skin. Okay, move along. Unless you guys can think of a better girl, I don't know if you guys can.
well, for me,
Honestly, I don't think I can, given I haven't seen a lot of the like more extended stuff, so I'm not really sure.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm just talking about original trilogy. There's another character that outweighs Leia by a million
Right.
percent. But
who's that? Who's that?
yeah, her name's Bastila Shan, but you guys know nothing about her because you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic. You'll get there.
Wait, who again?
Bastila Shan.
I think I remember that name. It's been years since I played Old Republic. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Efren's played the Old Republic?
Oh yeah.
Dang, Becca. Woohoo, you got a you got a real...
You got a good one.
I got one. No, I'm just kidding.
But
Kinda
yeah, I know who you're talking about. But for me, I would say it would have to be, well, I'm going to go with Ahsoka.
Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really easy one, but at the same time, like imagine she went through a lot, like starting out as a little Padawan and then getting like the whole entire Jedi Order to go against her somehow.
Yeah,
because of something
that's
she hasn't
all pretty
done.
nuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then like later on, she goes on her own path and everything like that. And if you guys didn't know, in Star Wars Rebels, I guess she does appear going against Darth Vader.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of that.
Yes, she goes against Darth Vader, and she has dual blading white sabers, and
what?
Yeah, white sabers. And the weird part is they were actually red.
Oh.
Yeah, so she took the red sabers from a Sith Lord and turned them white.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched almost any of that stuff, the cartoons, but I know I need to. I know that stuff's really good. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the story about that was because the way that they say how the crystals turn red is because of how much the Sith get on it. Like they what you call it?
Yeah, she purifies them,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
with
but how they turn red is they add like so much anger to the crystals. Like every Sith adds so much.
I heard that. Like they put all their negative energy into it.
And
right?
And they force it to turn red, and by that it's a meaning called they make it bleed.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
It's cool. Now that right there is canon.
Yes,
I like the expanded universe usage of the lightsabers more.
Especially Darth Vader, how he got his red saber. It's actually canon in the comics. I found out that he brings a Jedi Master saber into a hidden Sith realm. And what he does, he grabs the crystal out and tries to turn it red, but it fights against him.
All right.
And the weird part is, this is how weird it gets. It tried to fight him so hard that it hit him, it knocked him back, and actually turned him back into like a Jedi.
Wait, so he was swinging, running a fade with this crystal?
Yes, it was like he was. Yeah, it was like mostly all his emotions and everything, and he as soon as it knocked him back, it hit him in the head, which turned him back into Anakin, and it's like, what has he done in his life and everything? So he goes back to the Sith, and the Sith is like, have you finally completed your challenge? And he's like, yes, I did. And he comes back with a green lightsaber and fights Palpatine and kills him.
That's canon?
Yes, it's canon. And what he does, so he fights Palpatine with it and kills him. And then he...
that's Legends now.
He fights, and then he finds Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan, apologizes in that and feels great. But as soon as Obi-Wan's lightsaber goes back to his lightsaber, he wakes up from that. It was an actual dream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was a dream. Okay.
Yeah, so he wakes. Yeah, that's how I guess another topic is about the comics and everything. I just love how the comics really bring you in and talk more topics about that. It felt like you would have seen that it was an actual thing you would see, but then it was an actual dream.
It's cool, but to me, a lot of that's hokey.
Yeah.
A lot of that new canon stuff. In the expanded universe, they're just rocks that are like a status symbol, like, oh, mine is yellow because I trained in this, and yellow, maybe you're better with the Force or something. I'm not gonna give any of that away for anybody that ends up playing Knights. But
didn't they mix the canon and the legends thing a little bit? Like they brought some of the legends back, right? Like, because it still means the same thing. Green means you're more in tune with the Force. Red means you're more of or not red. Blue means you're more like combat oriented.
I don't know. I don't know if they kept all that rock stuff. I know it's not necessarily on topic with the podcast right now, but why am I on the opposite team if we're playing co-op?
Always wondering that's how you want to know.
The guest hates you.
Pretty weird.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna lose.
Continue, Efren.
Anyway, and then after the story, I guess he wakes up, but then he's instead of actually I guess it kind of knocked him back and seeing that version of reality, and he's still like Anakin. But then he's like, no, that old me is dead. So then he fights back and he makes the saber bleed, and that's how he gets the red lightsaber.
Nice.
And then with Ahsoka, she turns them. She got them white. I don't know what the color metaphor means. I really forgot. But she said she turned them white because they were bleeding too badly and they were really harmed, and they needed to be cured back to its normal form.
All right, it's pretty cool. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jyn Erso though?
No, Jyn Erso's pretty good, but her acting was a little strange. Aside from that, I think she's pretty good. She's a trooper. The way she went out was really good. I like how she's got like the daddy issues. That's pretty cool. It's true. What do you mean? Like, she's edgy. She's like a teenage girl, and she ends up. Yeah, she's like a teenager in the story. I think
I haven't seen Rogue One in a second. So yeah.
She's pretty cool, man. She's pretty sweet. But that's it for Star Wars girls. I mean, there really aren't that many. I'd like to mention that I don't know if there's a single blonde Star Wars girl like almost anywhere in Star Wars, at least in the main films.
The little twin buns in the sequels.
Yeah, I don't. That's whatever. I mean, like an important character, you know, not like some background, because she's a cameo. You know, you're not supposed to remember her.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a single significant character in the main thing that's blonde. I only noticed that because Emily brought it up. They're all dark-haired. Yeah, they're all dark-haired. She has every right to be jealous. I would be too. Because they've even got long-haired dudes in that show. You think I would have a reason to be jealous, but...
The actor for Phasma has blonde hair.
That's true.
Yeah. Phasma should have been best girl. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't need to be questioned on that. Okay, moving along. Next.
Moving along. Mike, do you have anything?
Not really.
Hey Guillermo, since you haven't watched much of it, do you know any best girl? Or you can think of?
Besides the two you guys mentioned, you also have the commander for the attack on the Death Star.
Best
I still
girl?
remember her. No, I still remember the commander from Death Star.
Oh, he's talking about Mon Mothma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. She looks like a librarian.
She looks like a librarian.
She had more of a part in Rogue One. She didn't really do too much.
Yeah, her and Leia are the only girls in A New Hope, the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Surprise, surprise. Consoling.
I like how I'm the one that remembered her, but you guys couldn't.
That's what I'm like. Surprise, consoling.
She didn't get to do enough, but she's really cool in the books, which I'm reading.
Yeah, but it's been like such a long time since I've seen that movie.
Which I'm reading.
I gotta add to my knowledge points, you know. I gotta let whatever teacher Efren shows us to know that I'm like really in tune with my Star Wars lore. She has to be like, "Dang, that kid's good." That's the only reason I'm here.
I like that you're saying she, even though it's a he.
Oh, it's a he. Hey, handsome.
Hey, handsome. I'll be in the podcast. I'm just gonna leave that.
Yikes.
Alright, I guess another topic would be the comics and the books, since now we're jumping in a bit more into that.
I have never
Before that,
actually
I want to know why the hell do they have the movies scattered all over the place?
The movie scatters?
Aaron, do you want to explain that? Can
None
you
of the
explain that
movies
to
are
me? Why the
literally in
originals happened
sequence.
and the prequels happened?
Well, George Lucas, he wrote... George Lucas doesn't write. He doesn't like writing beginnings, is how he explained it. He said he wrote the middle of a story, which was A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. And then he went back and wrote the beginning of the prequels. Mm-hmm. That's the, like, I guess George Lucas version of it. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. Maybe it was only supposed to be 3 movies, and he decided to make it 6. I don't know. I think it was, though, that he just doesn't like writing middles or
Well, I thought you explained to me that he wrote like Luke's story, and he didn't want to write Anakin's just because of how dark he had made it, and it wasn't a happy ending.
Poor droids.
Well, George likes kids movies. He likes to make his movies relate to kids. Like, I guess his first movie is this one called American Graffiti, which we all should watch if we haven't. And it was right before Star Wars. It was like his first major movie, and I guess it's about a bunch of kids in Northern California driving around in cars, which is like something he was really passionate about growing up.
Yeah,
it's just like a fun movie a bunch of people could relate to. But I think from what I remember, he did write the original trilogy with like an idea of where Darth Vader came from and all that, and he always wanted to do it, but he didn't have the technology for it. He did say that straight up. He was like, "Yeah, he waited forever to do it. Like how long? Like 20 years or something?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like 15 to 20 years, and I guess he didn't have the technology. So when like the first versions of like really good CGI came out, he was like, "This is it." And now it's a total laughingstock because now we look at it and we're like, "Dude, this movie sucks. It looks so bad." But back then, that was like his calling. He was like, "This is it. I'm gonna finally make my prequels." And then, yeah, I mean, if somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, we want to make 3 more movies to make a 9-movie saga, and we're gonna ruin everything you've created, but we're gonna give you $4 billion," you would not even think about it. You would just as fast as George go, "Yep, okay,
Yeah.
have it. I had my fun with it."
He got a lot of hate for the prequels, which is why I think he sold Disney.
Which is a shame, because the prequels, just because the script is bad, doesn't mean the story is bad. The story's got some stuff going for it. It's pretty cool. You know, the Phantom Menace with Palpatine, and, you know, Maul gets taken out, and they're like, you know, where there's an apprentice, there's a master. Which one did we get? Did we get the master or the apprentice? The movie ends with Palpatine, like, smirking, like, kind of, right? He's almost got, like... Ian McDermott, like, kind of like, he's at the parade, everybody's celebrating, he's just like, "Yeah, all according to plan." So awesome, dude. So I mean, they're not bad movies. They would have been awful if they didn't have Ian McDermott in them. They didn't have Palpatine, but that kind of carries it.
True.
Along the line of the prequels, Hilton, I remember you showed me that video, and that guy said that they should have had Darth Maul as the only, like, apprentice to the Emperor, rather than having like Count Dooku and all these other people.
Than Dooku.
Agree with that? Yeah, like just keeping Maul through all 3 of the movies.
Dooku was a cool character, though. His like story is pretty cool.
It's quite interesting how Dooku was. Yeah.
He's a fallen. He used to be a Jedi, like Anakin was. And
yeah.
He fell to the dark side as well.
Yeah, he fell to the dark side because I forgot what was he did, I think there was a state that he did say that the Jedi Order or the Jedi Orders wasn't the right way, and he really didn't feel like this, or the Jedis weren't doing enough.
Yeah, he was actually a little bit more of an anarchist than anything else.
Yes.
He wasn't even entirely a bad guy. He was just like, "Yo, this kind of sucks. I'm gonna like go do my own thing, but like be cool and bad at the same time." He wasn't as bad as Maul, where he's like, "I'm going to take my revenge on the Jedi." He was just like, "Bro, this kind of sucks. I'm gonna go, like, you know, row my own boat for a minute here."
Yeah, Maul was kind of just straight up evil.
Dooku that's what made him so cool, though.
That is true.
I've got some fun facts about that Maul guy.
Do it.
They were gonna do somebody totally different to act out Maul, but I don't remember exactly what was wrong with the guy. Maybe he didn't look intimidating enough. I know the guy who actually came up with Maul, drew him, spent like months on top of months trying to draw something evil. And I don't remember exactly what he got his inspiration from Maul from. I should remember that. That would have been nice content. I think it was like a son of Satan, one of them or something. But did somebody say wait? Did somebody stop me?
Yeah, I think it was. Originally, they were trying to like create like a witch character, or like the people that were coming up with George's vision were making like too evil of characters.
You're right. You're right. They were too scary. I remember that now.
It's like not for kids at all.
Yeah, but that guy, they had somebody for him, or they couldn't find somebody for him. I don't remember what it was, but I do know that they ended up going with who was going to originally be the stunt double. And he's voiced over just like Darth Vader was by James Earl Jones. The dude who actually acts for Darth Maul, he sounds like this. He's like a really nice dude. It's like, yeah, I do gymnastics. I'm like really good. Imagine Darth Maul being like, we will take our revenge on the Jedi. And it's gonna be like super rad, dude.
Wait, does Darth Maul talk?
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, he does. He does. He sounds super sinister too.
Yeah, he's like so sinister. Oh my god,
yeah, he got voiced over. There's also a cool thing is when you see him, they have like an up close shot when he first gets ready for the Duel of the Fates, and he has his earring in, and they left it in. After they painted over him, he forgot to take it out. They were painting all that black on him, and George was like, you know what, just leave it in. Looks cool. Looks edgy. And then, yeah, so that's all I really got on that guy. I know that guy still goes to Comic-Cons and like lightsaber duels people and like shows off his moves.
Yeah, he like teaches little kids how to fight with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll teach me how to fight?
Dude, you sound like a little kid. You think he'll teach me how to fight? You think Darth Maul will teach me?
Just dress up, bro, and he will.
I'll do it.
Actually, talking about Darth Maul, a little fun fact about him too. I know he's not the last one that has it right now, but he was the one of the Jedis that owns the black saber.
Oh yeah, you're that's like a Rebels or something, isn't it? Or Clone Wars. The dark saber, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. I still don't know much about the dark saber, and I do want to watch the Rebels. I know it involves a bunch of Mandalorian stuff, so that's a little bit spoiler territory. That stuff's still pretty fresh.
Well, all I can tell you, is like the Mandalorian were the first creators of the dark saber, because it was something that they wanted, I guess, an uphand against the Jedi's when they were like fighting against them back 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, they were at war or something.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mandalorian Wars.
Yep. And then one of the Mandalorians created dark saber, and he was, I guess, a Jedi. But then when he died, the Jedi Order requested to keep the saber, so they kept it in the temple. But then afterwards, the Mandalorians weren't really liking that they got to keep an artifact that belongs to them. So they took it by force.
All right.
Mandalorians are kind of like Native Americans.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
Come on, dude. You don't know all the lore, Chief.
That's gonna be edited out. Great stuff.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt you guys a little fun about the Mandalorians, but I got a question.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, in one of the movies, General Grievous gets killed. But does he really, like, what is mainly his backstory for that?
Grievous,
like, he has to have, like, a lore.
He died, if we're going really canon, he died to Darth Maul.
Yeah, but wasn't like one of the parts supposed to be he survived it?
He survived against Obi-Wan.
Wait, how?
He ran away.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he like completely got like his heart shattered and like
no. So he ran away and stayed hidden until he got his wounds back. But then later on, Darth Maul, I guess since he still wanted to show his strength to Palpatine, he killed him.
Nice.
Darth Maul is so cool.
Yeah, like there's a lot about Darth Maul that I can still talk about.
Except General Grievous, not Darth Maul.
Wait, how Grievous became a robot? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
He was blown up by Count Dooku and put back together. He was like a warrior. He was like for his species, they were like warriors. They fought with like primitive tools, and he just kind of blew them up and then put them together as a robot. I'm pretty sure, unless they changed it. I don't think they changed it though. Pretty sure it's still canon.
Makes me really want to look into more of the like extended universe stuff.
The books are really good, Mike. I seriously recommend them. I actually have one. I told you I wanted you to borrow it while I'm reading another one. It's called Path of Destruction, and it's about the guy who invented the rule of two.
Oh,
which is what makes the Sith so powerful. It's like how they keep themselves stronger than the Jedi. In theory, you know, they're supposed to be.
Huh.
Dead air moment.
No.
No, I forget. Can't figure out the next question.
Well,
Dude, I got a question.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Over it.
Ready for this one? Best lightsaber duel.
Uh-oh.
Darth Vader
What do
versus
you
Obi-Wan.
pick one like that for? Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan? Oof.
That is the first. If you think about it, if we think about it, it's got to be the first. And at the same time, it was going to be more than just that.
True.
Like George Lucas literally thought about it really hard, and he wanted to add more, but at the same time, he knew that he was going to make Darth Vader and Luke. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Darth Vader and Luke fight a bit more since it had a little bit more of a background story.
Don't forget to mention he was already like $5 million and 4 months over budget in time for the movie.
That is true.
By the time they did that, yeah. So he actually, was it that movie? He almost had a heart attack directing it? I think it was. Yep, it was right around that time too. His doctor told him he had like some fucking, friggin' terrible, like, stress-related stuff. Pretty rough. Imagine being $5 million in debt, trying to like keep your story intact.
I feel like I'm pretty close.
Nice. You alright, Mike?
I think Mike needs a loan. A small loan of $3 million.
Can I get a loan that I just don't have to take back?
Small loan of $1 million.
That's called a grant.
Sell it yourself.
Wow.
Hold on.
I have a feeling that wasn't podcast appropriate.
Sorry. Maybe. It's late.
No, how late is it?
It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
to be.
Almost one.
I might drop out a little bit early. I can probably take part in one little more segment if you have one.
Honestly, the one I liked
Well, I
the
think we should
best
talk
was
about
the
the
General
lightsaber
Grievous.
Oh yeah, the lightsaber duels we didn't finish.
I think a lot of people's favorite is Duel of the Fates, the Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's a really good one.
I liked Mace Windu versus Palpatine. Like when all those Jedi were kind of like screwed, and he kind of still stuck in there, even though they all like fell for no reason. But like that was such that was just a ridiculous little scene, and like I loved it because that's the first time we've seen one Palpatine with a lightsaber, two Mace Windu really fight against something like that. Like he fought against Jango Fett, obviously, but that was like he was gonna win no matter what.
True.
So this was like. This was like Mace Windu's like one like moment really.
It was pretty cool when he whipped
And it
out the
was also,
lightsaber
like,
too.
Yeah. It's also
Yeah.
Anakin's like deciding moment. That's like the moment Anakin is like, well, I'm the dark side now. Like that's his moment.
That's also the best. We see Palpatine doing his little spin attack. And
It's treason then.
and it's just if anyone, I know all of us, I guess, play Battlefront 2, but if you guys play Palpatine and just dodge all the time, it's just him spinning, doing his spin attack all the time. It's
But
fun.
for me though, this is definitely my last one, and then I'm gonna have to call it a night.
Alright.
But for me, it's got to be Return of the Jedi. I'm not a super big lightsaber duel fan. Anyways, I kind of just see them as like important story moments. I don't get as excited about them as I should, unless it's Episode 3, which Aaron totally gets. Like that one's meant to be like, okay, you've got to watch this and enjoy every second of it. But in Return of the Jedi, when Luke very calmly is confronting his father and hit the guy that's tormenting his soul, Emperor Palpatine, and he's watching his friends die, and he's still trying to hang in there. He gets conflicted. He swings on his father, and Palpatine's sitting there behind the lightsaber. He's like, yeah, Yeah, yes, give in to your hate. Join the dark side. I mean, that's like all the dialogue between Luke, Mark Hamill's amazing right there, James Earl Jones' voice is amazing right there, listening to Darth Vader, Palpatine being so evil, the amount of times he says dark side, I can listen to that all day. It's so good, dude. It's so good. And I mean, like, what really makes it for me though is like when Luke really gets mad and he starts fighting Vader, and he starts overpowering him with like anger, and he just starts smashing him. And behind the scenes, I think he actually like broke that lightsaber. Like he like totally destroyed the prop. He's just whack, whack, whack. He's beating on Vader so hard, and then he chops his hand off, and that's when he realizes, you know, he remembers like, oh, I'm turning into my father with his own robotic arm and stuff. And then he throws his lightsaber down, and he's like, no, you've lost. I won't give in to the dark side. I'd rather die than give in to the dark side. And that's like, bro, that's it right there. Star Wars could have ended right there. I would have still loved it. He said time out. Time out what?
He really didn't have to throw his lightsaber, you know, the end part.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny. Like, when you look at it that way, like, in a non-cinematic, it's like, dude, you probably should have just turned it off and put it back on your belt. Yeah. I hear that. Like, you didn't have to chuck it, bro.
Shocked. Like,
yeah.
Super hard for the next, like, 5 minutes.
Well, if you say what was true, like, he broke the prop, he was probably just trying to get rid of it. Like...
No, it's a symbolic thing. He does it to be edgy, to be symbolic. Like, no, I'm way better than this. And then he throws it on the floor, and his heart probably sinks. He's like, oh, wait, probably should have done that.
I need that.
You fool! And then he zaps him. He gets tased. What does he say right before he shocks him? He says something cool. Is that when he says, so be it?
Yeah, I think it's...
Is that when he says that?
So be it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He zaps him, and Vader is like, oh, man. I don't even know how to describe what Vader is going through right there. That's too much to think about right now. It's too good. It's too good. Aaron, you should talk about your favorite lightsaber duel and why you like it.
Dude, I have so many, bro, but it
yeah, but come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
The fucking... damn it.
Alright!
the Anakin versus Obi-Wan, dude. That's a classic. That's brother versus brother, dude. Like, imagine fighting your best friend, you know.
Actually, yeah, your partner in crime, the hunter thing, your brother.
Both of the lightsabers are blue, with all the red in the background. It's so cool.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's
awesome. Hayden is amazing, and like when he delivers it.
Yeah, the dialogue at times during the fight is kind of rough, but like if you can get past the dialogue, then it's like a pretty emotional. Really awesome.
It's pretty sweet, man. I mean, my favorite part of that entire fight-wise, is definitely when they stand in front of each other, and everyone thinks it's so funny that they're just swinging their lightsabers for like a good 2.5 seconds, standing in front of each other, just waving them around. They don't get what's going on. They're like feinting at each other. They're like trying to like feint at each other, trick each other. It's really cool when you look at it from a fighter's point of view, but I totally get it. If you're somebody who doesn't know how fighting works in any regard, you're going to be like, are they really just standing there looking cool, going vroom, 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 swinging them around?
Yeah, swinging them.
Like, I mean, I get it. But Hayden's acting towards the end of that too, you know, when he delivers a line, you know, I hate you, and it's like, oh, dude. That's actually a good one.
There's a story in the background of that, and it's like, what would have happened if Obi-Wan actually helped Anakin out of that? If he stayed,
like, helped him up,
like a theory.
He had no legs.
Oh yeah, there. I guess there was like it's like a background story about what would happen with that, and I read about it, and it's really weird. But I guess as soon as he cuts down Anakin and he's burning up in flames, he turns off his lightsaber, slowly walks up to him and like pulls him out, but also like hugging him in tears too.
Dang.
And
sad,
and he's like, he knows that I guess he's like trying so hard to bring Anakin back to the like light side. But what Anakin is trying to do, he's still struggling since he's on fire, but he's like slowly trying. Yeah.
And he's a triple amputee, bro. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. But he's like slowly trying to choke him. Like he still has.
He starts trying to force choke him?
No, not like force choke him, but he's like trying to bring his arm close to his neck, because he still has like that anger onto Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan really
because Obi-Wan
really
was with his girl,
and this is fan fiction,
right?
right?
Power pose out of your little brother's girlfriend ship.
This is fan
fiction.
fiction.
Oh, we're cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
Yeah, I think the way it ended was perfect, though. I mean, I know that it has to tie back into the original trilogy, but I couldn't have seen it ending any other way. I think it was brilliant. Yeah. And watching Ewan so in pain, you just can't even look at it anymore. He just walks away. There's nothing else he can do. He's just like, I love you, you're my brother.
Do you have to go
He's gone. Yeah, I'm about to shut it all down. So thanks for chatting and stuff.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for joining the podcast.
No
problem. You guys have a nice night.
You too.
You too, man.
Have a good one, mate.
All right.
Are we still going, or
we can?
We're good. What's up?
I guess we can end it with since we went from like movies to comics to characters and from actors. I guess we can end it in games since that's what we're all doing, really.
Alright, that's my cue to leave because I don't know any of the games.
Alright, bye, Guillermo. Have fun with Pokemon.
Oh well.
Hey, Pokemon's good.
I'm not saying
like,
it's not. I'm saying it's not Star Wars.
Hi, welcome back to 2016. I play Pokemon. Anyway, that's gonna look weird in the video. Anyway, I guess talking about games, what are you guys' ideas? Like, do you think like the games actually feel like they could be canon, or like they shouldn't?
I think Battlefront 2's campaign is canon. I'm pretty sure
that is true. Yeah, like actually, the funny part is most of the games that are canon. Like, the funny part, the Old Republic is canon.
It is. I thought it was, dude.
Yeah, it is canon, and it was when this is not, I guess, not much of a spoiler, since for the. I guess they featured a character from the Old Republic, like a Sith Lord from the Old Republic.
Really?
They did? Oh.
Yeah, I guess they said one of his names or something like that. No, it's in the book. It's in the book. When you buy like the book, it talks about like the Sith troopers, the red ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the book it talks about like who they used to work with, and two of them are Sith Lords from the Old Republic.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So was it like unintentional or like an accident that they kind of canonized?
It was at first, but then it was at first, but then they said I guess they just felt like, it was like, you know what, it's on purpose now.
So I guess so.
Yeah, so they made the Old Republic more canon with that, and especially with the Sith. I forgot his name. It's Akon, I think, like Master Akon. I can't remember. But he's like he's one of the Siths that killed many Mandalorians and scrapped their armor for his own. And he was the first Jedi to or one of the Jedi / Sith to take the black saber.
Huh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to play Knights of the Old Republic.
Same. I haven't played it.
Yeah,
I'm about to just buy it on Steam.
Yeah, it's like really
Let's talk
interesting.
about the comeback that Battlefront 2 made.
Oh.
That game. Ooh, crazy.
I remember this game was so rough when it came out.
Yeah.
The reason why I bought it, played it for like I think a day or two, and I didn't touch it after that.
Yeah, it was in really bad condition when it came out.
It came out in what? Came out like early November, right?
Yeah.
Something like 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago, early November. Yeah.
I remember that it came out like, I remember, because I bought it because it came out and then like a couple weeks later, I saw it on sale on like Black Friday for like $10, so I bought it.
Dang. That's how bad it did. Like, it was really, it did not have a good launch, but they survived, and people treat it like it's a brand new game right now.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Like sometimes, but it's mostly because of like movies specifically. Like
That's true.
when like the Last Skywalker came out. people were just like remember it's like, oh yeah, there's like Battlefront, or yeah, the Fallen Order came out. He's like, oh yeah, and they brought the Battlefront 2 as a deal too with when Fallen Order came out, and everybody's like, oh yeah, there's that game too we can play. And yeah, I just love that with that much of a connection and stuff like that, it brings people back to like the old stuff and everything.
Yeah. True.
Like, it's really interesting how they make games. Like, I guess in Fallen Order, the one I'm playing right now, there's a mission where it looks like either it didn't specify really, but it sounds like there's a Chewbacca that is a Jedi, or yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I've heard of that before, because I know that was a thing in the comics, I think.
Yeah, and also it kind of is a thing when Ahsoka is training the little Padawans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a place where she finds, I guess they needed a help, so she rescues them, and in the background, and one of the characters in the background is, actually, there's two. There's a character that is from Darth Maul's kind of family, or like kind of the human, or their type, and then there's there was a Wookiee as a Jedi too.
Huh.
Nice.
It's like so weird how that all connected.
That is weird.
That's what's cool about it though, because with a universe that's so open like that, you can just connect things like that, and it just works.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Stay close, BD. Those things look fast.
Damn, like games really. That's like most of the games I do love, like Star Wars Unleashed also. If any of you get Force Unleashed. Oh yeah.
I never played the second one, but I love the first one.
The second one was worse, like gameplay wise. Like it was pretty much just like move to this area, destroy or like kill all these guys, and then move to the next area and kill all the guys. You know, it was kind of boring, but it was still pretty fun. Like because of how powerful your character was, to just like beat up a bunch of the stormtroopers. So I mean, the second one was good, but the first one was definitely better.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. But I really don't know what else to add about that.
Cool.
Cause like what's your idea on it, Beckham? Really?
Not gonna lie, I almost fell asleep.
I said, what was your idea on like video games and how they connect with the Star Wars trilogy?
I'm not gonna lie, the Star Wars Battlefront is the only one I've ever played that's Star Wars related, besides the old ones that like it looked like Darth Vader's face and it had a joystick on it and you could plug it into your TV.
A plug-in. The plug-in games.
Yeah, those ones. That's the only other Star Wars game I've ever played, and I thought those ones were pretty cool. But this one's a little bit better, just by
Yeah, no worries there.
I like how they're including some of the new stuff too, even though not all of it is good. Like they're including some pretty cool stuff.
I guess yeah, to liven up their games and stuff, they bring in like new DLCs and packs like that.
Yeah.
But I know that's like a one way to make more money, but at the same time, it's more kind of interesting on what they think about the trilogy as well.
But so obviously besides Rebecca, have we all played Fallen Order now?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I know you did, Aaron. You somehow managed to speed right through before I did.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that either. I just kind of played it like I was off one day and I just kind of played it all day. I kind of just.
That's not how it works, Aaron. You're supposed to let me do it first.
Yeah. For me right now, I'm still playing it. Kind of because I really don't have much or times to play it by myself, and at the same time I'm mostly like a hardcore lore character, so I'm just in the backgrounds always trying to find like lore about the game.
Oh yeah, trying to find like all the
secrets
little
and stuff.
Yeah,
all the little force echoes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Like right now, I 100% completed 2 of the planets.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. I still have to go back and 100% the game. I haven't done
Yeah,
that
me
yet.
too. I believe I'm not too far off, because as I played, I went and I did a lot of exploration. I did get a little bit more into the lore and stuff around it, but I haven't gone back to like finish it.
Yeah.
Any other topics you guys have in mind?
Not really.
Not that I can think of, no.
How about you, Becca? Got any other topics?
She asleep?
Maybe.
You
No.
just keep muting yourself?
What?
You just keep muting yourself?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't really have any more questions. I think we talked about a lot.
No? Well, I guess it's an hour of recording. I still have some editing stuff, especially the beginning, so all I can say is I think that whole entire beginning was 10 minutes long. So yeah, this is cut down to a normal thing. Well, yeah, this is I guess the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for joining. This is once again Efren, and the people that are left is Mike, Aaron, and Becca. And that's all I got. Thanks for joining. This is Star Wars, and may the Force be with you, I guess.
Ooh, that's... Maybe.
Godspeed, rebels.
No.
So.
I know, because you left last.